Hello everyone. I hope you all are doing good. By this video lecture, I'll be covering about the topic web analytics. Web analytics is very important for the businesses to measure their performances, their performance of their website and how well their website is performing and meeting their goals. So if we define the web analytics in clear terms, web analytics is a measurement, collection, analysis, and reporting of web data for purposes of understanding and optimizing the web usage. And if we segregate into a process, the first step in the process of web analytics is defining the goal. When we are defining the goal, we need to specify with respect to the web links which are used for conversions. What type of conversions do we want from my website? Either it is sales, either it is awareness, either it is your just tracking and website traffic. So accordingly, your web analytics would give you the data for how well your goals are met. So the second step is build KPIs. If you want website traffic, how much web traffic you would want in a month, in a week, in a year. If you are talking about awareness, if you are talking about sales, so what is your optimum sales point you would like to achieve through your website. Then collecting the data is the actual data collection phase, where the data is collected, monitored, how what all is being done on your website by the users and the conversion rates and everything. Analyze data in terms of analyzing is if we have millions of users coming into my website, how are they operating, what is their actual interest in my website. So everything has to be analyzed to have optimized my website. Test alternatives. If I feel that some of my pages are not optimum enough where there is much interest, so how can I improve that interface, how can I improve that web page for the users. So I may test or experiment through various alternatives. I implement the insights. The insights are received based upon the audience's segregation, segmentation, based upon what they are interested into. Based upon the insights, I would improve upon my website pages and again analyze the data and reiterate on testing the alternatives, and this may go on a recursive phase unless I am able to achieve my goals. So what all do your analytics tools give you? What kind of data it is providing you? They provide you with audience data, audience behavior data, and campaign data. So audience data with regard to number of visits, number of unique visitors, number of new visitors versus returning visitors ratio, what country they are from, what browser or what device they are on, all complete details can be tracked through your web analytic tools. With respect to behavior, if you talk about how they are behaving when they click on your landing page, how they behave when they exit, how soon they exit, how later they exit, frequently visited pages, length of time spent per visit, number of pages per visit, bounce rate. Bounce rate is if the person is viewing one page and exits from one page only within a few seconds of navigation. So it is there are various rates involved with it. Then you have campaign data. Which campaign drove the most traffic? Which website referred the most traffic? Which keyword searches resulted in visit? Campaign medium breakdown, such as email versus social media, as we had seen a tool called SimilarWeb, which also gave me a similar kind of data. Thus, out of all these matrices, there are a few matrices which should always be kept in mind while evaluating the website performance, which are overall traffic, the bounce rate, traffic sources, mobile versus desktop visits, new and returning visitors. We understood what is web analytics. Now what about web analytics 2.0? So it is a three-tiered data delivery and analysis service for small and big businesses. In simple terms, if we talk about your web analytics 1.0 helped you in having an information about what is happening on your website. But Web Analytics 2.0 not only gives you information of what is happening on your website, but also give you the outcomes, the why it is happening, the reasoning behind it, the competitor analysis, and what actions should be taken based upon the data being provided by the analytics. So it is more and more useful for the businesses to optimize through Web Analytics 2.0. So what are the various steps being done through Web Analytics 2.0 is, the first is the data itself. It measures the traffic, page views, clicks, more or of your website and your direct competition as well. The second is, what do you do with that data? How do you will be able to take the information gathered and these services apply to your customers, whether new or existing, to make their experiences meaningful and better. So what you will be doing out of that data is the second step. The final tier is how it all circles back together to meet your business objectives, not just online but offline as well. Data by itself is a great way to see how you are performing, but without applying what you have learned, it has a little use. So if you are just getting or gathering the information what all is happening on my website and not using it to improve my performance, then it is of waste. Here are some best web analytics tools available online. The most renowned one is Google Analytics, which is free of cost. It is the simplest and most robust web analytic offering, currently used by over 50% of 10,000 websites in the world. Its ease to use is the best, which makes it most popular. Then you have Yahoo Web Analytics as well, which is a bit step ahead from Google in terms of profiling, filtering, and customization. So those looking for digging a little deeper, then Yahoo Web Analytics is a great option for them. Then you have a paid option, which is Crazy Egg. Crazy Egg not only allows you to dig information about your audiences, but also allows you to build a heat map and track your visitors' every click-based activity on your website. So it gives you precise each and every detail of the activity happening on your website. Then there is an option termed Compete. So as the name suggests, it gives you more of competitors' activity, creative intelligence on competitors' activity. It is a paid service. The prices vary from demand to demand. That tracks you what keywords are sending you the users both to your website and the competitor's website. The point of difference here is the search analytics they provide. Then you have Optimizely. You need absolutely zero coding in this platform, no programming background, as the tools are very easy for everyone to use, even if we talk about some technical terms like A and B testing. Last is your Google Website Optimizer. It is an extension of the Google Analytics platform. You don't need to have Google Analytics to use Google Website Optimizer. It gives you allows you to rotate different segments of content on your website to see which sections and placement convert into most clicks and at the end of the day most of the sales. So as Crazy Egg was providing you the heat maps, what user based activity, again your website optimizer, Google Website Optimizer, is also helping in the same field, which helps you what should be done to improve the clicks more or improve the more of sales conversions on your website. You all must be wondering what all these data analytics do. If a person, a beginner, would like to go for these web analytics, what help these web analytics could provide. So I'll just discuss few important features, few important functions they perform and help you with website performance. The first is campaign tracking. The campaign tracking is a method to help you understand where your traffic is coming from. So if you see the picture in the right, it is giving you the various tabs: viewing, campaign, source, medium, and other. And you can select your campaigns and see whether from what links, from what resources your campaign is getting more of conversions. So if you see the diagram in the right, it is giving you the visits, the goal conversion rate, and per visit goal value achieved, and mailing list goal 1 conversion rate. So if your sources, your users are coming from the mailers, you have drafted the newsletters, you have done through mail marketing. So what conversions are there are coming from that. And again, complete information with respect to what conversion values, dollars, you are able to achieve through each of the campaigns, goal conversion rate, how much a campaign is successful, and how much others are doing. The next thing is goal tracking. Goals are conversions, which again are most important metric for almost all the businesses to track. So if just to remind, goal tracking is the amount to which your goals are able to be met through your website performance. So if my goal was to achieve more of sales, more of awareness, impressions of your website, more of website traffic. So according to your destination, according to your goal, your goal tracking would be done. So if you see the picture in the left, where the dashboard is giving you the information of the goal completions. So the goal completion value, the number, the rate, the abdomen rate, and also event calendar, as in based upon the calendar what campaigns are running, based upon that as well it is giving you goal 1 completions. So it is giving you complete information of a specific goal. It can give you based upon daily basis, weekly basis, and monthly basis as well, as you see out at the top of the left image. Now, as other social media platforms gave you the analytics, the insights regarding the audiences, like Instagram does, like Facebook does, so your website analytic tools as well does the same thing, which is they give you the audience breakdown in terms of the sessions, the users, the page views, and in terms of in terms of what are the percentage of new visitors, what is the percentage of the returning visitors. So if you see the pie chart here, it is giving me the bifurcation of that there are about 31% approximately people who are returning to my website, and the rest approximately 70% is the new visitors on my website. It is also giving me the information about how many pages a person, an average user, is visiting. So it is giving me 1.98, approximately 2 pages a user is visiting. Average session duration on my website is 1 minute 52 seconds. If you talk about the unique users, it is about 3000 users. Bounce rate is about 60%. So it is giving me complete information of my audience, how audience is performing on my website. Your web analytic tools also give you complete information about the user flows. The flows are perfect for tracking your visitor through a funnel. You can see the path your visitors took from page to page on your website, including the backtracking. It gives you many of the reports like behavioral flow, goal flow, users flow, event flow, funnel visualization, and Google Play referral flow as well. So if you just view the dashboard here, it can divide my user flow based upon the demographics, interest, geography, behavior, technology, mobile, custom, and benchmarking done by the company. It can also give me the information of acquisition, how my acquisition strategy is going, how they are behaving. So in behavior tab, your user flow comes into picture. So in your behavioral flows, the site content, the site speed, site search, events, AdSense is a platform by Google for your Google AdWord optimization. Then you have experiments, in-page analytics, all being given into your dashboard. In this image, it is giving you a category of country, United States, the user flow from that country. So out of in the starting page, there are 414 users, to which a few people went to multiple of these web pages, further pages. So 23 people visited About Us page. Then portfolio were visited by 31 users. Then a few service videos and contacts and team was viewed by how many people is also being given. Then further, the people who viewed contact, if you see here 51. So you can see the people who visited the contact page, then went to the team page as well, then went to the other web page. The people who visited About Us page then went to the services page as well. So a complete flow of using the website can be seen here on an average user basis. Your Analytic tools also give and reports for funnel visualization. The funnel visualization is nothing but how your customer funnel is dropping down to the complete conversions. You can track your conversions using the funnel visualization. So it is regarding the image is regarding a e-commerce website where you can see that the goal was completed in 456 sessions to a 26.42% of funnel conversion rate. So if we see, there were 1726 users who moved till the cart. Then out of them, 740 reached to the billing and shipping page, 582 went to the payment page. Then the review of your purchase was 485 people, and finally 456 people finally purchased from your e-commerce website. So complete information can be provided here, and it is also giving you an information how they performed. If you see on the left, they came from what pages it is giving you. So it from Google Nest or Interest or from home page, how they had arrived to your website. And if you talk about this 986 who exited from cart and did not move to the billing and shipping page, also they are giving you an information what they do. So 158 people were reviewing the basket, then 178 exited because of the sign-in issues, then direct exit was by 295 people. So you have complete information what is hindering them to move forward to the next step. So if we see the payment picture, so there is 27 people who did not went through the payment to review for hindrances in the payment.html pages. So you can have information of each and every page, what is how well it is performing, and can be useful with information to track record of users going for purchase on your website. Now you can also do conversion testing using A and B testing. What is it all about? It is a kind of split testing where you have two versions of your profiles, version A and version B website. So the software ensures the half of visitors can see only the version A and half of the other sees the version B. Now if you see in the image on the left, you can see 25% conversion from A version and 5% conversion from B. So the people finally buying or conversion in the sense finally meeting my goal is more with the site A and not site B. So I should go with the layout of site A and not site B. So it is kind of an experiment testing where you can explore what people is having more, giving them more user-friendly platform. It is basically a technique of UX design. The designers, the people looking for what design suits for people to people. So it has been derived from their platforms so that the marketers can have more of information what should the page look like and what should be avoided to have in their web pages. Some additional features which can be provided based upon paid basis, like Crazy Egg gives you all this information. So one of them, it is heat maps. So heat maps, if you see the colors here, if you see the shades here, it is giving you the heat map for most seen or most clicked upon area in your website. So these are the hotspots, red and white areas where people are clicking the most. And if the buttons are directly beneath those areas and are not most important, valuable for users should be clicked on, then website should most likely need to redesign to fix this problem. So if it is not worth the conversion, you should remove it. So if we define a heat map is a visual representation of data hidden on all web pages, constantly accumulating and changing, and are thousands of data points through this collection, including where people click, tap, what they click on, as well as at what time of day or using what browser or coming from what search engine, and much more can be provided through these heat maps. The last two Additional features are user recordings and the snapshots. So if you see the snapshots here, a complete user activity can be seen. Like in the first image you can see that people clicked upon these and these areas, then a person surfed from this area to the last bottom and clicked upon that, and you can see in the last snapshot there is a scribbling happening on the web page. So you can have more of valuable insights on how the users behave on seeing the content on your page. So accordingly you can have more of strategies to involve more, to have more of engagement on your website. This can be more of time consuming viewing all the recordings of the users, but it can be worth of value if you take a strategy based upon these user recordings and snapshots. Finally, the references from which I have referred for this topic, and I suggest further reading. This is a very renowned person called Avinash Kaushik, who has actually coined the term Web Analytics 2.0. There are many blogs from his website, but this one is very relevant with regard to your curriculum, which gives you 10 steps for or best practices to go about the web analytics strategies. If you are having or doing the web analytics step by step, what should be done completely to have more of optimization through or more of usage through these. So having said, please, it is a must read for all of you, and please do subscribe to the channel. If you like the content, please do comment and share your liking, what all areas are good and contentful, knowledgeable for you, what can all be improved in this regard. Thank you and have a nice day.